Running your own real estate investment business can be stressful, time-consuming, and difficult to manage. Where do you start? Why go out and try and reinvent the wheel when we have the answer? With our exclusive training program, we will teach you how to free up your time to build your business, develop your goals, learning where to find the money, how to find better deals, keeping track of offers, building a team, and developing a business plan that works for you. We at Real Impact Real Estate Training and Mentoring have all the answers for you. We have several plans to help you get your business to the next level. We have developed the best one-on-one personal training system in the industry. We have a proven structure that has been developed for more than 50 years through the purchase and sales of thousands of homes and commercial properties. We will help you set up and build your real estate investment business. Whether you are new to investing or you are a seasoned professional, we have a plan for you to customize your business to a method that works, is affordable, and fits your budget. With training modules like finding money, finding deals, learning how to get correct comps, building a team, short sales, subject twos, foreclosures, making multiple offers, understanding auctions, REOs, and tax sales, working to build your construction team, and finding sellers and buyers. Find your property management team, plus over 70 additional training modules to choose from. Sit down with us for a one-on-one consulting to see what training plan is best to develop your goals and to build your business by using the 5 M's of investing: mining, money, maintenance, marketing, and management. Wouldn't your life be great if you can live it on your own terms? We help you develop and structure your business to take massive action. Join the Real Impact Real Estate Training today. Change your life today with real estate investing.
Hi there, my name is Roger Pascal, and I'm the CEO of Real Impact Training Systems. At Real Impact, we improve the quality of people's lives through real estate investing. You know, Real Impact franchises offer you, the local investor, with networking and great educational meetings that we normally hold about once a month in each of our locations. Our locations are franchise owners, and we are throughout Texas and in Oklahoma. In addition to our monthly meetings and our workshops, our franchise owners also offer a variety of one-on-one mentoring programs that can help you no matter where you're at in your personal real estate journey. If you're interested in learning more about the training opportunities that we have to offer, please reach out to one of our franchise owners. We have several on the call tonight that will be happy to answer any questions you have. You can also find the franchise locations and contact information online on our website, realimpacttraining.com, realimpacttraining.com. Just click on the locations below on the middle of the screen, or the locations button on the middle of the screen. In a few seconds, you'll see several of our franchise owners will be joining us on our call tonight. As I said, one of our primary objectives on each Sunday night is to provide you with the opportunity to ask questions about real estate investing and how to build your business. So just type your question in the chat box, and we'll get one of our franchise owners to give you an answer. Tonight's call, we're going to be going over what's going on in the market, what our market challenges are right now, what our opportunities are right now. So if we go ahead and kick this thing off, let's get on Gabi and Tim Lockhart, and they are the franchise owners for Wichita Falls and Denton, Texas, and Eric Short, and he's the franchise owner for Grand Prairie, South Dallas. Welcome on board tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, you know, I go to several real estate meetings a week, and this is primarily on the market right now, or on what people's minds right now. It's not on the market. What people's mind is right now is what's going to happen in this business. And we don't have a crystal ball, but we do have a lot of history to go back on and look and see what is happening within this industry and what's happened for the last 150, 200 years in this industry. And there's a lot of areas to measure that with and how this works. So we see a lot of challenges right now in the traditional banking industry. And it's, we all knew, this is amazes me. And Tim and I have had lots of conversations on this, but we've all known interest rates was going to rise. Everybody knew it was going to be higher next month than it is this month, and all for the last year. And it seems like these banks didn't know that. They didn't plan ahead for the higher, these traditional banks. They didn't plan ahead for the higher interest rates. They didn't really understand crypto and how that affected the market, and how to spread their clients out in a non-risky type environment. So we probably won't see any of this happen, any of this take effect with any of our local banks, or probably won't take effect with any of our mortgage companies. But what's happening is these big banks and these big international banks that really didn't, they were looking out for today and not looking out for tomorrow. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is the challenges that we have on the market, what's going on. So, and how do we get good deals? How do we go out and find the good deals? We always get good deals with disruption. Okay. So in our case, disruption equals opportunity. So when we see this happening, and we see what's happening in our market, and we see people where they're a little volatile, we see them panic, we see them wanting to change their business strategy, we see people getting more conservative with their money. And if you listen to the top money makers in the history of this world, it doesn't have to be people that are alive now. They will talk about it, but people that have been dead for 100 years, is you take advantage of the general public out there. So when people are selling, we need to be buying. When people are buying, we need to be selling. And there's some incredible opportunities that we have out there. And we have absolutely seen similar market changes before. Okay. We have seen the similar market changes as we go along, and what's happening with that. And then, so with that, let's bleed into Eric. You're going to talk about some history that we have here.
Sure.
So, and what's happened in that history. So, Eric, people here. So, you must be there to help these people. Okay. That's right. What our job is. We are problem solvers.
We are problem solvers, and there are always going to be problems in people's lives, whether the market is up or down. People have problems, and if you can help solve those problems, it will help you. Going all the way back to 1837, the Panic of 1837, and you'll see a similar time period between these. 1873, the market crisis, and we're all familiar with the Wall Street crash that led to the Great Depression. My folks were both born prior to the Great Depression, so that was an interesting upbringing, let me tell you. Someday I'll have to tell you about that. They were both born in the 20s, and it really affected their outlook on life. Moving on through the timeline, we had in the 74, in the mid 70s, we had the oil crisis. And I remember wondering why. I was born in 64, so I was only, I remember seeing the cars lined up at the gas stations, and people were panicked at that. The experience we're having today with increase in gas prices and food prices, et cetera, it's happened before, 74, which moved right into the Jimmy Carter crises and the hostage situation that led to his losing his presidency. And then from 79, we went into the 80s, the 80s banking crisis, more problems. People were facing those. Those of us who can help other people solve their problems benefit from that. And we're able to help other people out of their problems. Moving into the late 90s, the internet crisis, the tech bubble that grew and grew and grew, and no one thought it would ever end, and then that popped. And then, of course, in 2008, the housing bubble. Couple of really good movies about that. The Big Short, and there was the one I can't remember the name of, but it very interesting now that we have some time on it to watch how it actually developed. And so now here we are in 22, 23. Not so much a crisis of, I don't know what else you could call it, but we have here an opportunity. So it's an opportunity crisis. If you help people with their problems, you will be rewarded. So you can see it kind of fluctuates. It's up and down. It has been making a cycle since late 1800s. Because, you know, slide. CJ, are you there?
Yep, there you go. Next slide. There we go.
It's always something. Rosanna Dana, for those of you of a certain age, it's always something. If it's up, if it's down, buying, selling, whatever you can do to help other people with their problems, it's always something.
Absolutely. So going into that, you know, you were talking about, and we have a question here from Matt about particular what the market's like in a particular area. I have people all the time that will call me up and they say, what's going on? I'm watching CNN, I'm watching national news, I'm watching Fox News, I'm watching MSNBC, whatever it may be. What's happening in the real estate market? Well, the real estate market is very localized, and it really follows on what's happening in that community. So that's like asking, when somebody asks me what's the real estate market like in the U.S., that's like asking what is the weather like in the United States. It's going to be drastically different throughout the country, and that's the same thing with real estate and where that's at. So Tim, let's talk about what you've got here on about the housing and what's going on with the housing market and our availability.
Yeah. So the big headline is that in most areas, the inventory is up 100% from last year, which is absolutely true. However, putting that in some context helps make sense of that headline. So just like the Fed, is always looking for their target inflation is 2% inflation a year, right? And so they're always trying to work monetary policy to get to that number. The economists say that a healthy housing market is 6 months of inventory. And what that number is, if you take the total number of active listings that are in any given market, whether it's a county or a city or a zip code, take the total number of active listings, divide that by the number of closed sales from the previous month. And if no one else listed any houses and the same number of people continued to buy, then it would take a certain number of months to exhaust the inventory. Yeah, and so that number is called the months of inventory. Well, in most areas in North Texas, we are around 2 months of inventory. It might be 2.0 or 2.2, 2.3 months of inventory. And yes, That's up 100% from 1 month of inventory, which we had last year. So, but compared to what a healthy market is, or a neutral market of 6, anything less than 6 is a seller's market. Anything more than 6 is a buyer's market. And so 2 months of inventory is still very, very, very low inventory. We still have buyers that are needing to buy homes, and we still have investors buying homes. So, a comparison to what happened in 2008 was, in 2007, we had peak inventory, and had the most inventory we've ever had since they've been tracking these numbers. And then we had a mortgage crisis in 2008. And so we had, all of a sudden people had a hard time getting mortgages. So that dried up the number of people that were willing and able to buy homes. And so that just destroyed the demand at a time we had high peak supply. Well, now we have increased interest rates that has deterred some people from being able to buy, but it's not qualifications, it's only interest rate. So that affects the price they're able to pay for a house based on the monthly payment that they can afford. So it's not really taking a whole bunch of buyers out of the market. It's just changing the houses that they're looking for. And so there's about 3.5 million more households that need housing now than in 2007. And there is record low inventory. It's the lowest number it's been since they've been tracking the number. So with record low inventory, there's low supply. There is lower demand than there was a year ago or 6 months ago, but there's still demand in the market. It's not setting up to be a huge drop like we saw in 2008 and 9.
Yeah, and remains to be seen what happens. Remains to be seen, but we know this is happening. But it's, right now the rental market is just incredibly good. We have a lot of people that are trying to move away from home ownership for whatever reason. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around that because I'm into home ownership. I'm into that aspect, but there's lots of people out there that don't want to have that ownership. A lot of people that just panic. They think, oh my gosh, if I buy a house, those values may go down and it may not be worth what I'm paying for it. Traditionally, housing has always gone up in value, even through crises that we have. So, but as Tim was just saying, as you were just saying, Tim, where our market's at right now, and I honestly believe that we're going to have a higher inventory as we go along in the next couple of months. And summer is traditionally a great market for us, but we may see some things change in this summer. So great perspective on that, Tim. Eric?
I just had a thought about why it seems that many people are moving away from homeownership. Part of it came from a conversation a friend of mine and I had. It's about the gig economy. People aren't getting a job that they're in for 30, 35, 40 years anymore. they're finding, okay, I'll have a job here for 2 years, and then, oh, over there looks like a better place I could go to. So I've got a friend of mine who is a musician, and he plays in a certain city for a little while, then he pulls up roots and goes to another city and plays there for a year or two, and rather than deal with selling houses or buying a new house, he finds it easier to lease due to the kind of gigs he gets, the gig economy. So it's just a thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually read an article on that a couple of days ago, and that's what they actually called it, the gig economy. And it's pretty interesting that you brought that up, because I did read that article, or an article on that, and people are moving into this. They don't have to live in the center of the city anymore. Now, a lot of younger people like that, but and then as we go along, we have people that are, there's a lot of things to worry about, but don't worry about it. It's not to get absorbed into it. So on our next slide, we have the issues going on in the world. We always have had issues going on in the world. There's a lot of opportunists out there. There's a lot of bad people out there. There's a lot of people that, that want what others have. And so we have the issues going on right now with China, Ukraine, and North Korea. And none of that looks like it's going to slow down anytime soon. So, it's just, China's going through their own major real estate down spiral right now. There's a lot of people in China that are losing a lot of money. They opened the real estate up several years ago for their interpretation of a free economy. And there's a lot of people that made a lot of money in China because they got into real estate. And then you have Ukraine. We all know what's happening over there, and it may not be in the news every day, but it's just as fierce as it's been. And the Ukraine has made a lot of headway on that, but Russia, you'll get all kinds of different opinions on that, but they just cannot lose that war. They cannot, Putin cannot withdraw just to withdraw. Something's going to have to happen. Somebody's going to have to intervene or something on that basis. And then North Korea, those guys are just out there. They're doing what they do. Okay, they're separated from the rest of the world, and they're doing their own thing, and they have their missiles and stuff like that. And then we have inflation. All this is what people worry about, and this is for us to take that opportunity to help solve their worry, help solve their problem, and keep them from panicking. But we have to have a roadmap to do that. We have to know what our plan is. Now, if we just sit on our hands and let this happen, and think, oh, well, I'll get to it next week, or I'll make this happen, as we go forward. And the next slide, I talk about, what we do, what do we expect moving forward? And, the housing market pretty much fluctuates about every 18 years on average. And we're right in that basis right now. We were in a downward market about 18 years ago, coming out of the subprime basis. We had a great run as we went along, as we made things happen. But and then we really need to be aware of what's going on. So Gabi, you're in the you're in the money business. That's what Gabi and Tim do. Also is they do traditional mortgages, and they do investment mortgages, short-term and long-term. So Gabi, what are you seeing happening out there with your market, and what the demands are from the mortgage companies?
Well, what I also see is I have a client right now. She said, I cannot find a house that I really, 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 really like. And I said, well, do you find a house that will work? She said, yes, I find a house that will work. And I said, okay, well, if it works, then use it. And then in 2 years, you're going to find maybe your forever home. And then you move again, and you have a rental, and then become an investor. And then you can buy more investment, and you can become an investor. And we can teach you how to be an investor. And I just opened up her mind a little bit more on opportunities and not just looking down on one situation. On the mortgage side, the underwriters are looking a lot more critical at the loan, and they're digging deeper into the system. Into the underwriting is a little bit harder than it used to be. Uh, they're digging the pages over several times before they close the books. That takes a little bit longer. Um, but otherwise, we have still the opportunity. You can buy the interest rates down. We have the buy downs. What I really also see is on the displacing stock capital. I see investor lender basically coming on board, and they have wonderful interest rates. They're almost better than conventional loans. I mean, I did a quote this week for somebody, and 7.5%. I mean, I'm going like, wow, cash out refinance. Where do you find that? So the opportunities out there. So if you really want to invest, then reach out and talk to somebody from our team, and you can definitely make it happen. Don't let an opportunity pass by only because you're scared. Where's the money coming from? We can find you money. I guarantee you that much.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you've got some great programs out there.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I'm very, very excited about is the 40-year note, 10-year interest only.
Yes, they're
For
really famous now. They're really getting great hits on, and also the fix and flips are really really good with 10% down, and then you have 100% the rehab cost already also financed into the loan. So that's really really awesome. So don't get scared. I mean, talk to us and find a deal, and talk to us and see if you can make it happen.
Absolutely, yeah. I had a breakfast yesterday, and Tyler, and then we went and saw a couple of houses. Then I sat down and talked to a couple of people in my office, and there's lots of deals going on out there. There's lots of people doing rehabs right now, doing fix and flips, and buying fixing holds. They're buying to hold too. So there's a lot of activity going on in the market right now, and the way you want to look at it is where were you at in 2008? What did you do in 2008? If you knew now, if you knew then what you know now, should I say, where would you have been going out of that subprime basis? So we're going into that right now. As I said at the very beginning of this, meeting is, we are in the opportunity crisis, and
Yes.
that's the way we need to look at it. And why would you need to be educated to do this? Well, you need to build a team, and what Gabi was just talking about on the money end of it, what Eric was talking about his friends and his some of his clients, and what they're running into on not wanting to have the home ownership. So to do this, you've got to be educated. To be educated, you need to plug in. You need to be going to your local REI group. Hopefully that's a impact group. You need to expand your knowledge.
Mhm.
You need to expand your local knowledge, because you need to be connected within your local market. And a lot of, I talk to a lot of people, and they're like, well, I'm getting coached from this guy out of New Jersey, or I'm getting coached from these people in the Philippines. And I'm like, how do they even know what our market is? Because like I said earlier, what's the weather like in the United States? What's the weather like in your town? You can care less what it's like in Bismarck, North Dakota, or in Seattle, Washington. You're unless you live there. So you're looking to see what your local market is. You want to be connected to your local investors, to the local money end of it, where you come to an impact meeting. We know who the local money people are. We know who's out there lending. We know who the great title companies are. We know who the wholesalers are in our market, so we can pick up properties. Or if you find a property that doesn't work for you and you get it under contract, those wholesalers, and they will buy that contract from you. And we do a lot of that. But wholesalers buy properties all the time from investors. That's a great source for them. So you want to know your local market. You want to be educated. That's what we do. That's where we come in. We want to make sure that you're doing things right. You're learning how to make multiple offers. You're learning how to build a team. You're learning how to build your banking package. So if you go to Gabi and you've got a great package put together of what your business plan is, and you present that to her, it makes her job so much easier to find you multiple different types of loans out there from the different lenders that are available. Okay. And from, you just make this happen. So with that, we're going to wrap this up. We're coming in right at 30 minutes. So Gabi, Tim, or Eric, did y'all have anything else?
Well, we have our meeting tomorrow in Denton, so don't forget to come. We have
a meeting tomorrow night in Denton, Texas at the Spring Hill Suites.
Yes.
Okay. And that's going to be at 6:30 networking, and meeting's going to be at 7?
No, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock networking.
Networking.
Yeah, it starts at 6 o'clock. Yes.
Okay. And what is your topic tomorrow night?
It's going to be Steve from Quest Trust is going to be talking about how to use IRA money to fund your deals, to be able to defer or possibly totally eliminate capital gains exposure, and also how we can use other people's IRAs to fund our own deals.
Perfect. That is a really an untapped market out there.
Yes.
And Quest is a great company to work with. Been working with Quest for many, many years. They have some great opportunities out there for all of us that are investors. And Eric, what do you got going over in South Dallas and in Grand Prairie going on?
Well, that would be April 11th, the second Tuesday, and it's going to be Lydia Miller talking about the book Profit First and how to make your business more profitable rather than make it. Profit First by Mike Lewis.
Very good. I've gotten to know Lydia quite well in the last 3 or 4 months. She's definitely an entrepreneur and a go-getter. That'll be a very interesting topic. So y'all, anybody on this call within touching distance of Denton for tomorrow night, or Grand Prairie and South Dallas on April 11th. And you want to go back, look at realimpacttraining.com and go on to look at our different locations and what we do. You can find us on Meetup. So if you go into Meetup and you type in Impact, you'll see about 25 different Meetup sites on there. 12 of those are live locations. The other ones just bleed in to the other locations that we have. And so meet us at our meetings. We need to network. We need to we need to learn who you are. You need to learn who we are and make this thing happen for you. So with that, Gabi, you got something?
Wait, one more thing. We have a workshop coming up on April 22nd in Addison, also in the Quest building. So look for more information to come here very shortly. It's going to be basically how to fund the deal, how to find a deal, how to evaluate the deal, and then you can even go out and look at the deal. And there's a great realtor right there also, and he can help you to write a contract.
All right, good deal. So great deal. That's the 4th weekend in April. Of course, we have our meetings in Longview and Denton and Arlington and Grapevine and Wichita Falls and Waco and ATP and Plano. So I think I got everybody on there.
Oklahoma City.
And Oklahoma City. Thank you so much. I was on there. I was zoomed into their meeting a little bit on Saturday afternoon between a couple of appointments I had, and they had just an incredible meeting up there. So you want to plug into Oklahoma City too if you're in that area.
Absolutely. They had a great topic.
Absolutely. I think Oklahoma City is changing their meeting date. I think they're going to start meeting the last Saturday of the month. I'm not quite sure on that. I just heard them talking about that, and I haven't followed up with her today to see if I was listening to that correctly or not. So everybody that's on the call tonight, I appreciate your help, and everybody that's that's been observing this call. Thank you for being on here tonight, and we will wrap this up. CJ with FundGrid, thank you so much. It's sponsored also by CJ. Also has a construction company that he only works with investors, And so he helps us with this online stuff, and then he also works with investors on doing some rehabs. I think he did some work for you recently, Tim, and he's done some work for me. And I think, well, I don't. Eric, has he ever done any work for you?
Not yet, but he's the top of the list.
All right, go break something so he can fix it. Okay.
That's right, no problem.
Okay, good deal. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next time. Y'all have a good evening. Make it happen.
Running your own real estate investment business can be stressful, time-consuming, and difficult to manage. Where do you start? Why go out and try and reinvent the wheel when we have the answer? With our exclusive training program, we will teach you how to free up your time to build your business, develop your goals, learning where to find the money, how to find better deals, keeping track of offers, building a team, and developing a business plan that works for you. We at Real Impact Real Estate Training and Mentoring have all the answers for you. We have several plans to help you get your business to the next level. We have developed the best one-on-one personal training system in the industry. We have a proven structure that has been developed for more than 50 years through the purchase and sales of thousands of homes and commercial properties. We will help you set up and build your real estate investment business. Whether you are new to investing or you are a seasoned professional, we have a plan for you to customize your business to a method that works, is affordable, and fits your budget. With training modules like finding money, finding deals, learning how to get correct comps, building a team, short sales, subject twos, foreclosures, making multiple offers, understanding auctions, REOs, and tax sales, working to build your construction team, and finding sellers and buyers. Find your property management team, plus over 70 additional training modules to choose from. Sit down with us for a one-on-one consulting to see what training plan is best to develop your goals and to build your business by using the 5 M's of investing: mining, money, maintenance, marketing, and management. Wouldn't your life be great if you can live it on your own terms? We help you develop and structure your business to take massive action. Join the Real Impact Real Estate Training today. Change your life today with real estate investing.